Hey guys, Toby here, NutriShop Coeur d'Alene, and I'm going to talk to you today about protein. Everybody knows that you need it for muscle gain, for muscle recovery, for hair, skin, and nails. You know, your body uses amino acids for pretty much everything to rebuild most of our body. So, protein is pretty important. Quality of protein, that's first. Before I go into the types of protein, we're going to go into quality. So denatured protein. You might have heard of denatured protein. You probably heard that you don't want to overcook your meat because it damages the protein and it becomes less bioavailable. Well, that applies the same, if not more so, to powders. So powders that get processed using heat are typically cheaper. It's a very inexpensive way to do it. But the protein now is denatured. And denatured means that the protein is a chain of amino acids. When it's denatured, it's unraveled into a chain that our bodies can't process biologically. So a lot of that gets wasted. So that causes a lot of the gastrointestinal effects that you get from taking crappy protein, pun intended. So you're going to get, maybe gas, maybe some bloating, things like that, maybe some other things that are uncomfortable, but also you're just not absorbing all the protein that you think you are. So heat protein, why do people do it? Well, it's very inexpensive. So if you go to Costco, Walmart, Walgreens, you get a discount protein, big garbage bag size thing for 50 or 60 bucks. Chances are they use heat to process it. And when you heat up protein, it denatures it. They also are very clumpy and stuff, and that's typically because they add a lot of filler to it. Xanthan gums, carrageenan, all those kind of things to cover up the bad taste of denatured protein. That's one of the hallmarks of denatured proteins. It doesn't taste good. It has a very bitter taste to it. So to cover that up, they add filler. So if you're shaking it up and you can't really shake it, you need a ball, chances are it's denatured protein because they add a bunch of filler to it. So one of the things you want to look for on the back of a label is either cross-flow microfiltered proteins, which is the ones that we carry. I made sure they have on the label, and if it's not on the label, chances are it's not, because it's a selling point. It's more expensive to do, so they'll put it on the label. Or cold processed. Either one of those three different ways to filter it are the best ways to filter it that I know of. And if it doesn't say that, chances are it's not. So again, where you buy your supplements is going to be important as well. Ladies, if you're going to look for, makeup for your face, you care about your skin, you're probably not going to buy it at Walgreens or Walmart or Costco. You're probably going to go to Ulta, right, where they specialize in makeup. So we specialize in supplements, and that's what we do here. So we want to educate you on the best ones to take. So you want to avoid denatured protein because you're getting a fraction of what you think you are that's actually making it to your muscles. So you're wasting your money. You're basically wiping your butt with that money you're spending, literally. So now we talked about quality of protein. We're going to move on to the types of protein. Whey protein. Pretty much everybody heard of whey. Whey protein is a very fast-acting protein. It absorbs very quickly. It's out of your body very quickly as well. About an hour or so is what the gastric emptying rate is. What that means is it takes about an hour to transit through the gastric emptying rate through your body, and now it's gone, right? So those are used for like post-workouts. Something where you want protein very fast. The problem is if you're going 3 or 4 hours between meals, those amino acids are no longer with you. So casein is another form of milk protein. Whey is milk protein, just so you know. These are all filtered for lactose. So I'm lactose intolerant, but I can still do protein because they filter these for lactose. The good quality ones do. Casein is a slower protein. You want to think of like cottage cheese. You probably heard of curds and whey. Whey is very thin, flows to the top when they're making milk. Casein flows to the bottom, it kind of curds up. Casein is slower acting. It has a longer gastric emptying rate, meaning it takes longer for it to get through the system. So it doesn't hit you as fast, but it stays with you longer, right? So this whey protein, very fast, but out of your system fast. Casein, slow, takes a while to get to you, but it stays with you for a long period of time. So you can buy them separately. A lot of companies recommend buying a whey protein for post-workout because it's fast. You want those amino acids quick. Then you take your casein before bed because it's slow, so you want that in your system while you're sleeping. It's a great way to get you to spend twice as much money on supplements because now you're spending 150 bucks a month on protein. The best way to take protein, in my opinion, based on the research that I've read, is as a blend, right? So we're talking whey and casein together in the same protein. So these 3 brands are the ones that we carry that are zero filler. You can read the back of all these. They have no filler, so they're not going to clump up. You can mix them in literally like 2 to 3 ounces of water, and it's going to be like milk consistency. So very, very easy to mix, tastes delicious. Not a lot of sweeteners added to them. But the benefit of having both is that you get the fast-acting whey, that fast dump of amino acids that you're looking for post-workout or anytime during the day. But you also have the casein that's trickling through. It acts like a time-released effect in your body. So now you have that casein that sticks with you for a longer period of time. After workout, before bed, doesn't matter. Any one of those times is going to be beneficial when you're taking a protein, right? So now we've covered quality protein and also the types of protein. These have whey, casein, and egg. just whey and casein. Any one of these is going to be good. A little egg protein is definitely not going to hurt you. It usually bumps up the price a little bit because egg's a little expensive, but these are all pretty well priced. We don't mark our prices up, which is why I don't do huge discounts on protein, because we keep our prices low on protein on a daily basis. So these are your whey, casein. Some of the most highly bioavailable proteins that you can find are these. Now, if you have an allergy to whey or casein, we have options. So plant-based protein. A lot of people are talking about vegan proteins and things like that. Now, I am not a vegan. I don't have anything against vegans. However, we are omnivores. We are designed to cleave amino acids better in our gut, the way it's designed, from animal-based sources rather than from plant-based sources. If you look at, a cow has 3 different chambers that digest and process those, the grass and whatnot that it eats. It can use those amino acids more efficiently than humans can. Not saying plants bad, plants very good. You should eat plants. And if you have an allergy, plant-based protein is a great way to do it. It's just not quite as efficient as animal-based proteins for humans. If you look at our teeth, same thing. You got our molars for crunching and you got your incisors for tearing meat. We are meant to eat both. So we do digest both. This is an excellent product that is very little allergens. It has no artificial sweeteners or colors, flavored with stevia. So nothing artificial in here. And it's a blend of pea protein, rice protein, sunflower protein, pumpkin protein, and golden flax protein. So that is modern source protein that we carry. As a meal replacement and a good whole food supplement. So you got your carbs, you got your protein, you got your fats, you got a veggie blend. Allmax is a brand I like, and they have a really cool protein that has it's pea protein isolate, beef protein, chicken protein, egg protein, pumpkin seed protein, and salmon protein, and almond protein, all in here. Plus you're gonna get like oatmeal and quinoa and all kinds of other things. So if you're on the road, if you're a trucker, if you're an officer, if you're a doctor, if you're a nurse, if you're somebody that has not a lot of time to make meals but you need to replace a meal, this is an excellent option for that. You can also do that with something like this and a baggie of nuts or an apple or something like that. But if you're looking for an all-in-one shake, the meal prep is a good option. So we've talked about protein, we've talked about the quality of protein, the types of protein. One more thing I want to bring up is the Evo 9. So I do intermittent fasting. I haven't taken a lot of protein shakes myself in the last few years because of intermittent fasting. My eating window is fairly narrow, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. In fact, I haven't eaten yet today, and it's 2:30. So what I do instead is I take essential amino acids. Now, why am I talking about essential amino acids when I'm talking about protein? Well, your body can make protein out of essential amino acids. We make 11 amino acids a day in our bodies. It's how God made us. 9 are considered essential because we don't make them, so we need to get them from food or supplements. If you take them in the individual form, where they're not part of a chain, it doesn't break a fast. So I do these all day during my fast, so I can maintain the muscle mass that I have and actually make some gains. And there was a study that came out about 1.5 years ago now that showed an 8-gram dose of EAAs your body could make up to 40 grams of protein with. So it's very, very efficient. In fact, it's a lot more efficient than just taking a protein shake. So you have options. If you have allergies, you don't want to do veggie protein, or you just don't want to do a protein shake at all, maybe it bothers your stomach or whatever, EAAs, the Evo 9 specifically, is an excellent, excellent option to replace protein with. This is pretty much my source of protein these days besides the food that I eat. I highly, highly recommend it. And if you like protein, we have options for that as well. All right, guys, hopefully that was helpful and you learned something. Have a good day.